What did you see on that last play, Deshaun? Did you have time to even get the ball out, or did they just get there too quick?
You just got to give the Raiders all the credit. That was it. They got to me before anything happened.
Deshaun, what happened on that snap coming out of the 2-minute warning? Was it just miscommunication on the count or something like that?
Yeah, I think it was just miscommunication. We just got to execute better, be more locked in.
Deshaun, you kind of saw the exchange there with DeJuan, where you kind of looked like you were chastising him a little bit on the field and then consoling him on the bench afterwards. Can you just run through sort of how that went down between you guys?
Yeah, it was just trying to be great. That's it. We all just got to get on the same page so we can execute and try to win and be explosive. So that was it.
DeJuan said that's a touchdown. If he blocks the guy, he should block. Did you think that was going to be a touchdown?
Yeah, we all knew that. So like I said, we just got to execute, and we all got to be on the same page to make those big plays.
Deshaun, this was the fifth time in your career, as far as official stats, that 9 or more quarterback hurries against you. Can you elaborate a little more just on the protection or lack thereof, or what the Raiders brought, especially without their defensive leader?
Yeah, it just goes back to execution, communication, all being on the same page, and we're just trying to, like I said, just be on the same page. That's pretty much all I can really say about it right now.
Deshaun, can you talk about the fact that when you guys came out here with a great opportunity, Devontae was out, Max was out. It seemed like a chance for you guys to even your record of 2-2. How disappointing and horrible does this feel right now?
Every loss feels is a disappointment. But we just watch the tape, correct everything tomorrow, and get ready for the Commanders. That's all we can do.
Sean, that opening drive you guys were successful on, what did you see as the biggest difference between that drive and following the game that the Raiders did against you guys?
We just can't shoot ourselves in the foot. I mean, each and every drive is an opportunity for us to pick points or, get us in good field position for the next drive. But yeah, we just didn't capitalize on those, and yeah, we just got to find ways to continue to sustain that fast start that we have.
Can you just talk about the turnaround with Amari Cooper, the interception, and then the touchdown, getting called back by the holding call, and just how that all went down, and where did you and Amari, what did you and Amari talk about maybe after some of those situations?
I mean, there was nothing really to speak on. I really didn't see the interception until afterwards. I saw it on a jumbotron, and then the touchdown. I didn't see the flag, so I don't know what the ref saw. So yeah, I can't do anything else about that.
But you always will come back to Amari. I mean, you know how good Amari is. So even after the interception, you showed that you'll just come back to him whenever.
Yeah, I'm gonna come back to all my guys. Just if something happens, I mean, I'm gonna need them, so I can't just shut anybody out. I believe in all my guys, all my teammates, regardless of one bad play or not. It's hard to be perfect in this league, but that's what we're striving for. So, it's gonna, the opportunity is gonna come back up, and it did, but it got called back.
4 games into the season, do you feel this offense is improving, and why or why not?
Yeah, I mean, we just got to keep striving, just keep trying to get better. 1 week at a time.
Did the touchdown to Cooper that was called back feel like vintage Watson to you?
I mean, I guess at the moment I'm just playing football, so I'm just trying to win and execute, honestly.
Deshaun, I know you're going to want to watch from a self-assessment standpoint, where, from quick thoughts from this game and maybe through the first 4, where do you feel you need to improve on or off the field as far as the leader of that unit?
Just everything, we're not doing enough. So, it starts with me. If I'm gonna be the quarterback of this offense, we all got to be, all the way locked in. And right now we're not doing enough to get the W. So, you can put it on me for sure.
What about the fact that this week you guys should be getting David back? I think Nick might be activated. Some tackles might come back. Do you feel like, in a hurry, you guys could get this thing kind of turned around?
We'll see. Take it one day at a time. So my job is just taking it one day at a time, and whoever's out there on the field, I got to focus on those 11 guys. So You know, we'd definitely love to have all those guys back, and it definitely will help. But we'll see.
How much of an emphasis was it to get the ball out of your hands in a hurry? Looked like you threw a bunch of, swing passes and things like that to your backs and tight ends.
I mean, it just depends on the coverage. You know, they did a good job of just sinking back. So, you know, if they're going to sink back, get the ball out and make them tackle. That's the key of the game. Yeah, that's what they wanted to do, is try to keep everything underneath.
It didn't show up in the sack numbers.
Couple more.
It didn't necessarily show up in the sack numbers, but I watched you a lot of times after the throw, and I saw you getting hit really hard after the throw a bunch of times. So, I mean, did this game feel all that much better physically to you than getting hit 17 times last week? It looked like you got hit a lot again.
You know, I came out healthy, so that's all that matters. Football is going to be football. So as long as I come out healthy and I'm not in that training room, then I'll be fine.
How optimistic do you feel about things right now with you guys at 1-3?
Very optimistic. You got to go back to work and prove. Anything can happen in this league, so take it 1 week at a time and try to get back on the win board next week and start something from there.
Good.
Thank you.
So that's something to take from it.
How much was that, do you feel like, the work you did leading up to today that sort of gave you the opportunity to not be in as much pain coming into that start of the day?
I mean, like I said, I got a great team around me. Got a great training staff who's helped me, deal with what I'm dealing with and managing the pain and all the symptoms that are coming with everything. So I'm just gonna continue to lean on them and keep on preparing and turning the tide. Not just managing the pain, but improving and finally feeling like myself down the road.
Myles, what was the biggest struggle with the run defense today?
I mean, it's hard to say early. I feel like majority of it was tackling. I feel like we had too many missed tackles, and we just got to wrap up. A lot of guys, going in with their shoulder, trying to lay that big hit, and it came in clutch down the stretch, with that forced fumble. But for the majority of the plays, the second man's got to be the one to force the ball out. First guy's got to he's got to wrap up and no slow to run her down or stop his momentum. So that's something to take from it when we watch the film.
Speaking of momentum, how big of a shot was that to get the turnover and the touchdown? Because that game was sort of kind of lying there precarious.
Yeah, I mean they had a momentum at that point, and their defense was making plays, and then we really need to step up and get a takeaway. That's what we were calling for in the huddle, and we answered the bell as well. So that was an adrenaline shot. I think the offense took something from it. I think they scored immediately. We went out, got some more stops, and we just needed one more takeaway. One more of us putting it in the end zone.
Myles,
As a man said before me, I like my money. I've seen worse. I've experienced worse. So, I mean, maybe they'll look at it and treat it differently next time around, but just how the game goes sometimes. We can't put ourselves in a situation where we're living or dying by those plays. And that was a hell of a play to take back, but we got to continue to execute and make more of those happen.
What are you thinking when you guys get those stops in the fourth quarter to give the offense a chance, and then how frustrating is it that you guys aren't able to get over the hump again?
I mean, it's real frustrating. No one wants to be where we are, but that's exactly it. We're where we are, so we got to fight back from the ropes, and we got to come out swinging. We talked about desperate teams. We talked about that with the Raiders. Talked about that with the Giants. We're there. We are here in that predicament. So we got to continue to fight. We got to continue to improve, because there are signs of life, signs of a really good team. Here. So we just got to prove it. We got to prove it every down, and we can't continue to beat ourselves.
Myles, do you feel like as a defense, like you guys are still staying together even though your backs are against the wall with these losses a little bit? Do you still feel like you're cohesive and there's an identity there and all those like big picture things?
Always. I think we gotta lean back on our identity we had last year. Stopping the run, forcing teams to pass, and to some extent we have. They've definitely run some different schemes to take advantage of the perimeter. Making our guys on the back end tackle. Trying to get away from the front seven, and we've got to shore that up as best as we can. And we got to lean back on that identity we had last year. But we're definitely staying together. And we're going to address it as best as we can. Tomorrow and the day after, and make sure we get back to our old ways as far as stopping the run, forcing teams to throw it quick, and then once we get a lead, putting our ears back and rushing the hell at the ball.
What do you know about this team that makes you confident that 1 and 3 won't rattle you and that you guys can just one by one get back in?
We have a lot of great men on this team. We have a lot of great men, great leaders, and people who've experienced a lot. They've been 1 and 3. They've had their backs against the wall before, and you've got guys who have been 3 and 1 and 4-0. So a lot of guys who know what we have to do to get there, and who have also been where we are. So people who I'm glad to be a part of and ride with, especially when they keeping their head high, and we're looking on to the next one, how we can improve, because no one's going to get better by sulking and hanging their head because of this one. It hurts. It's going to continue to hurt through tomorrow and watching the film. But, you got to take something from it. You got to take something from all the losses and continue to improve. And that's the mission right now. Take something from it and get better.
Myles, you talked about kind of being in that desperate spot. How do you guys balance, though, not wanting to play desperately when you're kind of playing too hard, but you're addressing the mistakes you guys make?
It's a mindset, but like you said, you can't overextend yourself. Once you go overextend it, you start trying to make those big plays. You play outside the scheme. That's when busts happen. You can execute and you can overextend. So we got to find that middle ground for us, and just be where we're supposed to be, doing our job to the utmost of our ability. So I think there's room to improve for every single one of us, myself included. So I'll continue to watch the film, find where we're weakest, and continue to shore up on those things.
You gotta take 2 more.
And we'll take no more.
Appreciate y'all.